Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to talk about the best defenders in Marvel Contest of Champions. And I recently did make a top 10 defenders in MCOC video like 2 months ago, but shortly after that Stubborn was removed, and in that video I really focused on the Stubborn defenders because everyone was using that as a global node. This tier list, however, it's very simple. Like, it doesn't really consider a lot of these global nodes and stuff. I will be talking about some good placements, like for example with the Nick Fury, is great on ebb and flow knockdown, or but overall, like, the characters in this category, legendary category, the highest one, they're just good overall. When you are scouting your lane early in the war, you do not want to see these guys in your path. And as you can also probably notice, we don't have all the characters in the game here, because I think anyone who is not in this category, it doesn't really matter. You don't want to place them on defense, even for diversity. Like, maybe throw them in there for diversity, but I am pretty sure, like, all these combined, we have more than 50 characters, I think. Probably, yeah. So even here, I would say till this category I would rank them up for defense purposes once you have your offensive characters ranked up. But after this, like here, yeah, there are a lot of characters like Blade or Cosmic Ghost Rider, Emma Frost, Human Torch. They are also great on offense, so you might want to rank them up because of that. And then because you have them and maybe you're not using them, you can place them on defense. But otherwise, like, there are characters like Cyclops. I wouldn't rank up a Cyclops just for defense. And a lot of these characters like Cyclops and Rogue, they are tricky early on, maybe even in gold level, silver level alliances. But once you build up, like, to be honest, in master level alliances or even high platinum one these days, especially with Protect, because it is so much easier than Stubborn, and when you're boosting and using rank 3-6 characters, even characters like here, place them on the best nodes, place them with proper strategy and stuff, and even then they rarely pick any kills. These, like, wars in battle group, at least in even alliances, are dying less than 10 times now in high tier alliance war. So defenders, they are good investment. You want to have a good defense setup, and that could definitely help a lot with your alliance and stuff. But even then, like, you can place the best defender on the best node and still not pick up a kill, because players are just that skilled. They are just willing to boost and stuff like that. So anyways, coming back to this tier list, let's just start with the legendary tiers. So Doctor Doom, Nick Fury, Thing, Mojo, Apocalypse, Domino, Dragon Man, and Korg. I would say, like, we have seen a lot of Doom bosses with Stubborn, we have seen a lot of Doom Thing bosses with Stubborn, Mojo bosses with Flow, and even without those global nodes, they are very tough defenders. Doom, because of his like aura thing, you use your special attack, he'll resist, you use your heavy attack, he'll resist. His SP1 is tricky and also unblockable. SP2, if you block it, you just take a lot of block damage with Dr. Doom. So those are the things that make him pretty annoying, and he's just very annoying on any node. I would place him on somewhere where you probably can't use Human Torch or a counter like that. Maybe place him on path 5 on the Redouble Determination node, and even then, like, people can technically use the Nova Flame pre-fight thing and still solo him, or use someone like Ghost now or Quake. They are good counters for Dr. Doom. And then with Nick Fury, I'd say ebb and flow knockdown is definitely the best placement for this guy, and Footloose is also alright for Nick Fury. Of course, with ebb and flow knockdown, the thing is that you can't really bait heavy attacks anymore, and this guy in his second phase, he's just stun immune. So it's just very annoying placement. I personally used to take this fight a lot with my Archangel, and he is great for it. Omega Red has also done it really successfully, but it is a very hard fight, and it has picked up kills even in the highest tiers of war. Then we have Thing, again, a very annoying defender, especially you ideally want to have him awakened and at a high signature level, because the protection is very annoying. I've seen him placed on encroaching stun a lot. He is still a pretty decent boss. I'd say the best encounters are Void, even though he doesn't really technically counter his unstoppable thing, but because you always have that passive damage going, so as long as you can manage his charges, then like rock stacks, then you should be fine. And another great counter is actually Tigra. I've seen so much great Tigra gameplay against Thing bosses, even with Stubborn, and now it's just very easy Tigra fight. Then we have Mojo. Best counter I'd say is definitely by far Magic. Use a power start 1 boost, it's not required, but if you use it, like, the fight is basically over. Start with Limbo, maybe take a few hits to gain power, recover all the damage back from Limbo, and just power lock him, and it's easy fight. You don't really need the synergies. Even without the synergies you will not time out, but if you want to give Magic a little bit more boost, you can use Warlock synergy or Guillotine synergy. They are both really good. Then we have and placement wise, anything with power gain or again very good Mojo counter is also Human Torch, so place him on a node perhaps where you can't use Human Torch, although people find ways to use him everywhere. Like, he's a very good Alliance War attacker these days. I don't think there are that many nodes where you can't use him. But then we have Apocalypse, very annoying defender. I have been seeing him a lot lately as the Alliance War boss, also on the Hazard Shift node. Like last 2 wars I have been taking him on Hazard Shift mini boss with my rank 3 6-star Red Hulk, and Red Hulk is great on that node for anyone. Like, just place anyone and he'll probably solo it as a rank 3 6-star. But Apocalypse overall, like, Ghost is a good counter, of course, and I haven't seen that I have seen Tigra solo protect Summon or protect, I'm not sure. I have seen Tigra solo a lot of Apocalypse bosses in map 7. I'm sure she could also do it for Alliance War. And then we have Domino, pretty old character, still very effective, still very annoying. Ghost is a good counter. Mysterio is actually one of the best Domino counters in the game. Warlock, most tech characters would work. Any character technically would work, but she's just like, if you have her at a high signature level, there is a lot of critical failure damage, and she just messes up a lot of stuff. Like, even with Ghost, sometimes you're going to dash back, not phase, and that could just mess up your rotation. And she has always managed to pick up kills. Like, everyone knows, I think everyone watching this probably knows how to fight Domino. They have done it successfully a lot of time, but there will be this one war where things do not go your way and you end up dying to Domino. So that is why she is there. Then we have Dragon Man, pretty annoying overall. He's probably the easiest one on this particular category. I've never died to a Dragon Man, but again, I do have a rank 3 6-star Red Hulk, and also like Human Torch is a great counter. But Dragon Man, he has a lot of power gain. I've seen him plays a lot on this one mini boss node where people use Glare for like the stunning reflection thing on the right side. But yeah, I haven't really seen him pick up that many kills, although my particular battle group I don't think even has a Dragon Man these days. But then we have Korg. He was the most common placement on the Mixed Master node. He probably still is, but people then figured how to play around with that and using Omega Red or Dr. Doom. There are a lot of Korg counters these days. You can also use characters like Havoc or a high signature level Namor. But overall, Korg is someone that it will just make you take a particular character to counter him, and that way, like, I see a lot of good defenses are based, like, let's say I'm running path 5 in section 1, section 2, then they will give me 4 fights where if I have to bring like 4 fights where I have to ideally bring a counter for them, so I obviously can't, because you can only take 3 attackers, and that way I have to decide which fight I'm going to take without a perfect counter, and that is a fight where I am most likely to die. And it doesn't even need, like, you don't have that fight doesn't have to be one of these characters. It could be one of these, like even Iron Man Infinity War without the right counter, or Havoc without the right counter, or even Hitmonkey. Well, most of these characters without the right counter is a very hard fight. So that is, I think, when you have placing defense, you have to think like that and just make sure that the opponent is not able to bring the right counter for every single fight, because if they can, then they'll probably just solo it all. Then we have the second category with good. I'm going to go a little bit quicker now. So Annihilus, pretty annoying overall. Best counter I'd say is Dr. Doom. Ebony Maw, not that hard anymore. He had the mist thing, I'd say. Human Torch, he just melts all the mystics. But with Ebony Maw, because annoying thing about him is his miss mechanic. So human dodge, of course, when you have more than 10 temperature, you can't miss. So he's just a perfect counter for him. I have seen Ebony Maw plays on Ebb and Flow knockdown sometimes, because you can't always parry him. But he's pretty easy there. I honestly haven't had any problems with fighting Maw. Then we have Havoc. I've seen him a lot on path 4, the second node in section 2 on path 4. Very common placement. It's a simple quick fight. If you like, he does gain power and stuff, but for good quakers you can still do that, and he will be unblockable in that fight, I believe, because you have debuffs and some stuff. But I haven't taken that fight myself. But anyways, Havoc overall, generally, like, you might when you see him, people usually bring in Warlock. He's probably the best counter in Alliance 4 for Havocs. Then we have Hitmonkey, very common placement, very good placement on Ebb and Flow knockdown, because when you knock him down, he just becomes so much more annoying. I've seen a lot of people, like, if you place him anywhere else, they'll just not knock him down and just play normally, and that also works. But on Ebb and Flow knockdown, because you're not doing that much damage, if you place like rank 3 Hitmonkey, then you might time out. If you probably not, because we have like 5-minute timers now, but you could kind of time out against rank 3 Hitmonkey on Ebb and Flow knockdown if you don't knock him down. I personally took this fight a lot. Someone like White Magneto pre-fight would probably help a ton, but I personally used Archangel, and with some decent RNG, he just melts him away. Like Hitmonkey, even he doesn't really have that high of a health pool, so he will go down pretty quick. Then I'm an Infinity War Void Corvus boosted with Suicide Mastery's great counter. You can pick up a lot of charges here, and overall, like, I don't see Ant-Man Infinity War to be much of a problem these days. But of course, when he was released, he was one of the most annoying defenders in the game, and even after that, like with Flow, I think he did make a comeback. But then we have Killmonger, very annoying defender. I have seen him a lot on Footloose, I've seen him a lot on mini boss nodes, and he is always a problem. Magic is a great counter. Archangel is a good counter. Characters like Havoc, Omega Red, all of them can technically take him down. I'm sure, like, again, he's a pretty old character, so I'm sure you all guys, you do know how he works with the reverberation damage and everything. So just keep his power low or use an armor break character and you should be fine. Then we have Modoc. Before Magneto, he was such a pain, but now after Magneto, you should just go past him, because he's a metal character, and metal characters can't auto block or miss. So very easy fight where the Magneto, even on nodes where you might not be able to get a lot of prowesses, even then, because he can't auto block, it's a very easy fight. Then we have Magic. She was so annoying with Flow, but without Flow, like, there are so many counters these days. I don't even see people bringing in Blade, to be honest. People just you can use Ghost with the Hood synergy, or maybe Archangel, and you can just melt over Magic. Should not be a big problem. Then we have Mole Man. Not very annoying, but he can shrug off debuffs when he's not in frenzy, and that could be like hard for a lot of players. I have seen him pick up some kills on stuff like again Footloose node. I have seen him place there, and one of the most skilled players in my battle group actually died to that Mole Man because of his frenzy thing. That was pre-buff. I'm not sure if he still would be annoying. He probably still would be annoying on defense. Then we have Guillotine 2099. Again, before Magneto, I thought if she was a much harder defender, because she would go invisible, and you would have to like play around that. But again, she is a metal character. Magneto can't miss. Very easy fight with him. Then Mysterio, you don't really have easy special to wait with him. SP1, then you have to wait for him to get out of the reflecting stun phase. SP2, and he'll just drain your power, and of course you don't want to get hit by the SP3. Great on stuff like encroaching stun or aggression fury. I've seen him pick up kills. Then we have Nova, probably the most common placement on Ebb and Flow intercept, but Dr. Doom, he just melts him over. there. And then Psycho Man, very new defender. I think he's going to be very annoying. I don't know much about him on defense. He was not the easiest one in the Cavalier difficulty, but I'm not looking forward to fighting him in Alliance War. Then we have Sasquatch, huge health pool. When he goes to his wrath phase, he is a little bit annoying. Like Torch melts him away, but other than that, like, he could definitely pick up some kills here and there. In Spider-Gwen, there is this evade node, the rightmost mini boss. Not the easiest defender to fight. Moldman is a great counter. Corvus could deal with it, like especially if you have the Proxima synergy. Otherwise, Nick Fury, I'd say second phase SP1, you're probably good to go. Then we have Void, again a generic good defender, place him anywhere, doesn't even need to be awakened for defensive purposes. And yeah, he'll just get debuffs on you. You have to keep track of your combo. If you get hit, then it's just so much harder to get back on track. And I have seen people die. Great placement for him as actually the redouble determination thing and Emin Flow intercept, like the mini there. I've seen him placed there very frequently, and a lot of people use Nick Fury, and because you are placing blades and stuff, he has a lot of debuffs and redouble determination. He's just gaining a lot of power. He hits in your block, he hits very hard, so very annoying fight. Then Tigra, she just has long special attacks. Place her on encroaching stun. I've seen her do alright there, but overall just special attacks are just so long that you don't really know when they are over. If you do however duel her before, you could solo her pretty easily. She's not the toughest defender in the game. Then we have Warlock, again a generic annoying defender. Magneto, and you should be good. Vision Arcus, a lot of power gain, very common placement on hazard shift nodes, but overall not too bad. Like if you have a Doctor Doom, you should be fine. Also is great on rage node, because like even with Doom, he just gets to a lot of special threes there. But if you like Vision Arcus, generally speaking, you pop an invulnerability boost and you are just good to go. Immortal Abomination has to be very, very difficult placement on ebb and flow intercept, the second ebb and flow intercept node in section 2, because again it has redouble determination and he has poisons on himself. So from the start of the fight, he's going to hit hard, he's going to gain a lot of power, and ideally you want to use Warlock and have this person who plays Immortal Abomination running willpower. And if he's not running willpower, then the fight is just 10 times harder with Warlock. So it's a very hard fight. I have done it with Warlock. It was hard. And then we have Terax, overall not the easiest defender to play around. He has this aura thing going, and he's also immune to shock and incinerate. So just very annoying character to play on defense. I haven't seen a lot of Teraxes, to be honest, and that is one of the reasons why I placed him on the tier list, because I'm not really, at least for me, I'm not really comfortable fighting him at all. And then we have Invisible, like here I'll just go around a lot quicker. Invisible Woman, Darkhawk, great, like for any robots, Magneto and Medusa and even Nebula technically can take them down pretty easily. Any Mystic, Human Torch, and then characters like Electro, Archangel, Namor, high signature level. Electro isn't very common these days because he's not a very common 5 or 6 star character. And then we have Mojo. He was pretty annoying with flow, but other than that, like I don't think he's going to be too much annoying. You have to know how to counter Mojo, generally speaking, like don't parry and hit him unless you are Iceman or Elsa Bloodstone, or you have like Cold Snapper, some evade counter there, then you can parry and hit him. Then Hyperion, a lot of power gain. Use a good power control character like Dr. Doom or Magic and you should be good. Thor Ragnarok, pretty good on ebb and flow intercept, because if people use Dr. Doom, could be annoying, but it is doable. Juggernaut, just generic top fight, especially with high Mystic Dispersion. You have to play around with the Unstoppable. If you parry during the Unstoppable, then you get stagger on yourself. So I wouldn't rank him up for defense, but maybe if you have a 6-star one at rank 1, place him, and he probably will pick up occasional kills in lower tier wars. Then we have Longshot, could be annoying, like if you push him to SP2, very, very annoying. Then Magneto, actually both Magnetos, they are you can't really, especially the red Magneto. I was going blank there for a second. Red Magneto, like because you can't bait heavy attack, you can't counter his heavy attack because he has the unstoppable thing going. Could be good on ebb and flow knockdown, but Human Torch is probably a great counter because all the attacks are energy attacks. You can gain a lot of the flame thingy. Then we have Man Thing. I have seen him Lord on path 1. I think he becomes unblockable there, and like you ideally want to use a poison immune character against him, so he is a little bit annoying. Then Medusa auto block, not that much of a problem these days. A lot of counters. Anyone who has strong nullify to take care of a Fury, then you should be good. Then Mephisto, Void is a perfect counter. Torch also melts him away, so you do want to use the pre-fight ability with Torch because Mephisto is incinerate immune. Then we have Mr. Sinister, not too hard, but he has been seen on a lot of regeneration nodes, and I'd say Warlock and Human Torch are probably the best counters. And like he just has a lot of regeneration when you're critting the opponent, and other than that, like not too annoying. I prefer baiting his SP1 because SP2 gives has like a concussion on you, so your abilities could fail. SP1, like with Human Torch, you just because SP1 reverses the debuff, so that way you can just gain a lot of charges early on because he is also immune to Incinerate and applies Incinerates. And Punisher 2099, like very annoying on kinetic transference. Rhino very annoying on ebb and flow intercept. Sabretooth regeneration, not that hard these days. Then we have Spider-Ham. He used to crash people's game earlier on, not sure if it's fixed, but other than that, like he has power sting if he's awakened, could be annoying. Storm Pyramid X, like a lot of glancing, special attacks is really hard even in the block, so could be annoying. Strife, he has invisibility after the SP1, and even otherwise, like his special attacks, not the easiest ones to evade. Human Torch, great counter. Then OG Vision, if you have him high signature level, the leftmost mini boss, he'll just start off straight off with a SP3. You will have to basically force the opponent to use invulnerability boost, which is nice. Then the Champion, generally speaking, very annoying defender, not that much in Alliance War, like Dr. Doom or good Mystic character, you should be good. And Tricky, you can read it yourself. Mostly just pretty easy characters like Cyclops, annoying SP1, SP2, then Emma Frost, like the reverse control thing, or not reverse control thing. If she is unawakened, then even that could be annoying because usually when you fight her in Quest, she is awakened. Nice Man with the cold snap, and like if you bring in Mystics against Human Torch, you're basically dead. And then with Rogue, she, like, you have the reduced stun duration. You can say the same for like Taskmaster. After a while he just becomes stun immune. Wasp has made Symbiote Supreme. I've always found him pretty easy to play. All these Spider-Mans have some kind of weight, so actually the Starkin and Spider-Man on Rage node is very common placement, very good defender as well. And then Sentinel, like not that hard these days because you have characters like Medusa and Magneto, so you should be fine there. So this is basically my channel. Do let me know if I missed out anyone. Probably a very long video, so thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this video, share with your alliance, and stay safe. Bye bye, have a good one.